It's Monday, and of course, it's SME. We've got Agnes Obi, the visionary creative director of Peaches Apparels, an African fashion brand that seamlessly merges style and comfort for the modern woman. It is great to have you. Welcome.
Thank
When you say the modern woman, what do you mean by the modern woman?
Well, women who want to look chic, yet presentable to the public.
And that is what you're wearing. You're wearing your brand.
Exactly.
Wonderful. Now, you've been in business, like you mentioned to me earlier, for about 4 years. How did this all start for you?
Well, for me, it started as a hobby. Then from a hobby, it started, it transitioned to love. Then from love, passion. Now, from that passion, I had to find a way to make this look creative. So it doesn't just end within me, but I should be able to, share what I have made with the public. And that was how it all started.
If you weren't making money from this, would you still be doing this?
Of course, I will. Definitely, I definitely will. Growing up, I had struggle finding pieces that would actually suit my kind of body type. So that was where the thought of making dresses for myself came from. So I woke up one day, I said to myself, okay, I like this piece, because I was scrolling through Instagram. I was like, I like this piece, but how can I get it immediately? Because sometimes you visit a store, and then that's an online store, and then they tell you, oh, it's available for delivery, but then it takes about 4 to 5 days. Now, what if I have an occasion that I need to attend, like ASAP? What do I do?
I need it this evening, I need it tomorrow morning.
I know, right? So that was one of the reasons I had to say, okay, you know what? This hobby of mine, let me take it serious. And then, voila, I closed my eyes one day, watched the YouTube tutorial, and...
Did you have to take any sort of course to transition into being commercially viable, make it, because doing something for a hobby is quite different when it's now business. And
yes.
Business has its challenges, its concomitant challenges. How have you been able to maneuver the business terrain and conquer the challenges, as it were, that have come your way so far?
Well, just as any business out there, for entrepreneurs, it's not different. The challenges are constant. It's like an everyday thing. So I didn't learn any course. I didn't take, in fact, I am a self-taught fashion designer.
Oh.
And most of the things I've actually done in life were mostly self-taught. So for this particular one, I had to learn on the business. Yes. So every day is like a learning curve for me. And whatever it is I learn, I try to make amends and then, put the experience back into the business.
So what's the setup? You have maybe tailors or seamstresses or something that work with you. Do you design the clothes yourselves? Do you sew yourselves? How do you set up?
Okay, when I first started, now I was wearing so many hats. By that, I sourced the fabrics myself. I made the dresses myself.
Ooh,
and yes, this one I'm wearing particularly, I'm proud to say that I made it myself.
I like it.
Thank you.
And it's not so... but I love it.
Yeah. So one of the things we try to do with our pieces is to make sure we elevate it from what you would assume to be a regular piece to something much more fashionable. Like what I am wearing right now, if you take a closer look, you would see that it has stones.
Yes,
now, for a woman who would like to updress this, you can literally wear this anywhere. And if you have a formal location, of course, this would definitely fly for it. And then if you want to go for an occasion that is not, over the top of it, you can dress down just so that you fit and blend into whatever place you find yourself.
So when we were doing all of this at the start, and then of course, you had to grow bigger, and then you had to delegate.
Yes.
How was that part of the business? When it came to delegation, how were you able to
It wasn't easy. First of all, sourcing for manpower, that's the fashion designers, was very difficult.
Look, growing up, we always know, when it comes to tailors, if you want a cloth tomorrow, you tell the tailor that you wanted it 3 weeks ago.
Exactly.
There's a challenge with all of that, so it's not so easy. How have you been able,
It's not very
to get
easy.
Staff and staff that, because I know people who have been in fashion, and one of the things is, you're going, you get a staff, you're going, and then after a while, if there was this particular person I know who had a staff who was diverting her madam's business to her own, her personal own. So when they come and do, she would do it and just channel the money as though maybe go somewhere else, sew the thing and do all of that.
That's one of the high risks that comes with the fashion business. So with our brand, we try not to micromanage our designers, but then again, you find that even the ones that are passionate about the business often have dubious intentions. So when you find out, it costs a lot for the brand. Overhead cost increases because if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing for the brand, you're definitely affecting production. So we've had series of occasions where we've had to lay off designers, but then business has to keep going. So what we do is we try to have a supervisor on ground to ensure that everyone needs to do what they need to do, but not necessarily putting their eyes on them.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so another struggle we actually experience in the fashion line, in the absence of, scaling the brand, which is supposed to be constant for the business.
That's scaling, that upscaling,
Yes,
that can be.
it's often finance sculpting, I must say, because even if you scale within the country, the desire to grow beyond your environment increases. You want to be known abroad, but then you have to first beat the challenge of the country. So for us right now, we're trying our best to, get established within Nigeria. And one of the constraints that we've had in that regard, in the absence of course, manpower, which is fashion designers, it's getting your products from point A to point B. Now, yes, logistics. Now, you don't only have the problem with the fashion designers, but the logistics is also another headache. And considering how the government policy in Nigeria continues to evolve, it's not financially cost-effective for us to say, okay, we want to have stationed riders here and there so that they can easily dispatch or deliver these items, because they often have their own personal intents. And that, at the end of the day, hurts the brand. But thankfully, we've been able to find very reliable courier company that helps us to manage this aspect of the business. Thus far.
How do you deal? Have you ever had negative feedback?
Well, that is, funny enough, that is one thing Peaches Apparels, that's Peach with the ES, double ES. We take pride in that. Now, feedback, customer service is actually top-notch for us. Like, we take it to heart. In the presence of serving quality pieces, affordable pieces, we ensure that the feedback is positive. Now, let's say, for instance, a customer wants a particular item and then she has paid for it, and then maybe for some reason we're unable to deliver. We don't give you hassle. If we cannot live up to the delivery, we refund. Now, some vendors find it difficult to do that.
That's big. I've talked to a number of people. You see, you go to Instagram and some boldly put it on their bio, or profile, no refund. And I'm like, that's a red flag. Right?
Yes. So for us, because we've actually run into situations where customers would receive an item and they would rock it to whatever events that they want to go to and then return it. Yeah, so we have a return policy of 24 hours. So we've had a case where a customer returned an item and then it was reeking of their cologne. Now, that's not very good. So those are one of the issues we record as losses in the business. But it comes
like
by once in a while.
That time frame, if you're given a 24-hour time frame, or maybe even less, so that you check it. If it's not enough,
yes.
when you bring it back, don't carry it to a party and all of that.
Yes.
Final words, when it comes to Peaches Apparel, what is that thing that makes you stand out, that USP, the unique selling point?
Okay, so for us, it is just putting, we actually specialize in making comfortable throw-on pieces that are stylish for women between the ages of 30 to 55. Now, these pieces come very affordably for everyday women. Now, it doesn't matter with your size, your body type. Once you wear it, you look sweet and ready to go. And like I said, we lay emphasis on the type of pieces we put out there. They are often pleasant and, of course, very attractive for your everyday wear.
Wonderful. Hopefully, when they wear your dresses, they look the same way that you look now.
I hope so.
It's great.
All right.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
So it's a breakfast show. We have breakfast. Do you mind?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
All right. Okay, so of course, Mary has been hard at work putting something together in the kitchen. Let's